Thank you for joining us on the Sport on Pulse. I'm Gary Al-Smith. Today we are finishing off the Premier League weekend. Of the final matches that will be played, it's one that interests us. Watford versus Chelsea will be culminating the match week 26 of the season. Watford and Chelsea are in very interesting positions. Indeed, there is a bit of talk that if Watford beat Chelsea today, Antonio Conte will be sacked. Let's get the preview.
Javi Gracia endured a drab goalless draw with Stoke on Wednesday in his first Premier League game as Watford's new boss. Next, they host Chelsea, whose shock 3-0 thrashing at the hands of Bournemouth leaves the champions fourth and 10 points worse off than at this stage last season. The Hornets should stand a chance of piling more pressure on the Blues if they can get Abdoulaye Doucouré back in the groove. The Frenchman has netted 7 goals this campaign, 21% of Watford's total. He's certainly outshone the forwards, so are Watford perhaps too dependent on their attack-minded midfielder?
I think he has been outstanding, but I wouldn't say that they've relied on him too heavily. I think if you look at Watford's style of play, they've kind of played in with the team kind of ethic and team spirit, and it's been about the team.
For Chelsea, Eden Hazard will be keen to make amends for a lacklustre display against Bournemouth. The Belgian recently became just the 4th player to score at least 65 Premier League goals for Chelsea, but he's never found the net against Watford. The Blues will hope they don't make it as hard for themselves as they did in August 2016 when Etienne Capoue opened the scoring. Hazard's fierce shot set up Michy Batshuayi's equaliser, and the eventual champions gave an early indication of their resilience when Diego Costa snatched victory with just 3 minutes to spare.
How Chelsea would love to have Diego Costa today. Gritty, clinical and ruthless. That's what they've sometimes lacked this season, and that's why they've gone shopping for geriatrics, I must say.
Well, yeah, you can tell that, and Antonio Conte is getting a lot of pressure coming from the fans and everybody, and he's asking for the club's vote of confidence to show that he wants to feel that his directors are behind him in all this pressure. But, well, Watford is a big game coming in tonight, and they've also got some new signings with their new manager. He's happy with what he has. He brought some players like Ndong to solidify the midfield a bit. I didn't think that they had to do a lot of signings in that position because they have Doucouré who's on form. What they had to do was to fill up the defense and someone in attack to help Richarlison because he's been doing the job for a long time and it's been difficult for him. Troy Deeney as well, and Andrew Gray also, but they've not been pulling their strengths. But they've not done that, and Antonio Conte, this game is a way that he could get his team back up again, and hopefully they could get wins going. After, if he doesn't win, we might see him leading the club.
Is it a question of Chelsea not having the players give their all for the manager? Have they reached that stage yet? Or it's just that things are not working?
Chelsea players are fond of doing that when you look at the history.
The recent
history. For Antonio Conte, I don't know why they will be doing that to Antonio Conte.
Yeah.
The fact that a manager who has given all to their players and to the club. So probably we could just say that they are not on form and they've just been in a dip. But I don't think they are sabotaging the manager.
Right. Sabotaging out of the question, according to Selwyn. Let's see what the results of this weekend's games have been coming into this one. So this game might affect the positioning of the top 3, wouldn't it? You have Man City on top. We'll see that in a bit. But Burnley started us off with a 1-1 draw with Man City. Gritty and well-deserved for Burnley. Man United got a routine win 2-0 against Huddersfield. Brighton won 3-1 at home against West Ham. Good win for them. West Brom were in a pulsating game, but they lost at home at the Hawthorns to Southampton. And Leicester played 1-1 with Swansea. Bournemouth won 2-1 again after beating Chelsea against Stoke. Arsenal with the win of the weekend, beating Everton by 5-1, parodying their new signings as well. Palace in one of the most exciting games of the weekend, even though it was only 1-1, it was really end to end. Only for Liverpool versus Tottenham to show them what a proper dramatic game was about. The table tells a similar story as it has all season, especially in the top 3. Man City are far and away, 13 points away from Man United. Liverpool on 51. Chelsea today, like I was saying, if they win today, they go above Liverpool and affects things in the top 3, and the hunt for Europe continues. Tottenham, after their exertions at the weekend, are still above Arsenal with a North London derby coming up this weekend at Wembley. Tottenham versus Arsenal this weekend. Burnley in 7th. They seem to have been there for a while. Leicester, Bournemouth, for all their problems, they're still in 9th and in the top 10. And Everton completing that one. The final 10 of interest, West Brom seem to be heading down, but you never know, especially considering the final 6 teams. Southampton have 26 points, but West Brom have 20. It just takes 2 defeats, and anybody can be last on the table. It's an amazing Premier League table. It looks suspiciously like the Ghana Premier League used to look in the past couple of seasons, doesn't it?
It does. It does. The way you can see that from the position, the points and the gap is too small.
Yeah.
If you look at the other Ghana leagues, how we suspect about it, the Premiership is always legit. So.
See, says if it's the Ghana League, there's always a problem, but the Premier League is always legit. Yesterday we saw the refereeing, that refereeing can be as rubbish as it can be anywhere in the world, whether it's the Premier League and whether, you know, I mean,
human error.
People will say that yes, the referees got the calls right, but in terms of the sheer drama and the inconsistency, it happens in every league in the world. So thank you very much, and I'll be back at 8:30 and then at 8:20. Today is a Monday. At 8:20 to finish off with today's updates and show you what the results are in the Chelsea game. And then at 10:30, I will be back to take you through the football show. I'm Gary Al Smith, and that's the sport for now.